welcome to another Fast Tech video. Before we start, please go ahead and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click the bell next to the subscribe button if you want to get notifications. That helps us out a lot and it costs you nothing. So please go ahead and do that before we start this video. This video was brought to you by the Fast Tech Pro Auto Kit, which is an automatic screwdriver you can use to disassemble not just the device you're going to see in this video today, but all other electronic devices. Links are going to be in the description box, and you can use the coupon code YouTube for a discount. Let's get started. In this one, I'm going to be showing you guys how to install our PS5 RGB LED kit. And yes, it's RGB. Personally, I don't like RGB. I would rather have a single solid color on my PS5. But I know you guys like RGB for whatever reason. So I'm going to be showing you guys how to install this kit into your PS5. And it also includes a remote which you can use to control the lights, and you can disconnect it at any time. It's very, very easy to install because it comes with a USB connector which you can simply connect at the back of the PS5. Also, if you're interested in buying this kit, it's also listed in the description box and the top comment. Let's get started. The first thing you're going to have to do is remove a stand if you have one attached. We're going to use the flathead in our Fast Tech Pro Auto Kit. And remember, this bit comes with all kinds of bits. Not just bits you need for the PS5, but the PS4, PS3, Xbox, and everything in between. Once you have this screw removed, the stand's going to come off like this. And now we're going to remove the covers. So these plates have to come off. We're going to do that by giving it a whack like that. And it's just gonna come off. Don't worry, you're not gonna break them. The clips are designed to be taken off like that. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. And you always do it from the top side. You're gonna always hit it from the top, not from the bottom, but the top on both sides. Here and on the other side, always from the top. That's how it's designed to come off. The first thing we're going to want to do is prep this area by cleaning it, and we're going to clean all this area over here. You can also clean the rest of the console at this point, which I would recommend if you've taken the covers off. Now we're going to get our kit open. This is the LED that you need. There's a pry tool that's included, a cleaning kit, and of course the remote to control the LEDs. There's a little piece in here that you can remove. This is so that the battery does not get depleted before you get it. So once you remove this plastic, the battery is going to start making contact, and now the LED remote is ready to be used. There are two sets of stickers that are included, which we're going to be sticking on this area. But before we do that, we must clean it. Otherwise, the stickers are not going to make proper contact, and then they may come off. These are double-sided stickers from 3M, and they have to be removed from each side. We're gonna grab the wet cloth, and we're also gonna use isopropyl alcohol. If you don't have this, it's okay. But if you need it, you can order it from fasttechstore.com. We'll include links in the description box. And don't worry about spraying this stuff on because it will dry off very, very quickly. So you're not gonna cause a short. I can already hear the comments in the comment section. So I'm saying it right now. Once we've got that area clean with a wet cloth, we're going to use a dry cloth. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. And on the other side, the LEDs are gonna go here. So we're gonna clean this area with a wet cloth. Then we're gonna use a dry cloth and dry that area because we need it to be dry for the stickers to stick properly. At this point, we're gonna get the LEDs out. As you can see, there's two different strips of LED. One goes on each side. This one goes here and the other one's gonna go on the other side. So we're gonna kind of get an idea of where they're gonna go, and it's gonna go somewhat like this. So we want it about here, and we wanna make sure that this side of the cable does not get trapped here. We wanna keep it like roughly around here, right above this piece here, and we don't want it to cover this hole either, because then then the case is not gonna go on properly and you might damage your LEDs. So we want them roughly around here, so we have an idea of where we're gonna start and where it's gonna end. So when we flip this LED over, you're gonna see there's tape on the back, which we can remove, and the underside of it's gonna be sticky. We're gonna attach the included 3M tape onto the LED strip, and we're gonna try to place them as evenly as possible, and try not touching the tape surface as much as possible, just like I did over there. You wanna try to hold it from the sides so you don't damage the sticky part of the tape with your finger grease. I did it again. You could use a pry tool that's included to hold the tape down. Try to make them as even as possible, but it doesn't have to be exact. And now that we've gotten the 3M tape, we're gonna stick the LED through this hole at the top here. And we do that so that the cable can pass through the vent and doesn't get pinched when you close the case. I'm gonna slide it in, push it through, like that, like that. Make sure not to bend the cable or put too much pressure on it. We are ready to install this LED. We're just gonna push it down all the way, and it goes along this line here like this. You wanna make sure that this hole's not covered and that it doesn't get in the way of anything. You wanna line it up like this and then push it down to make sure that the tape makes contact. Now we're gonna flip the system over and we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. We're gonna remove the 3M tape from the back of the LED, just like we did on the other side. Now the 3M tape circles. We're gonna slide the LED through this vent up top here, right around here, like that. And then we're gonna pull it out through this hole, and we do that so that we have a way for the cable to go through the case, like that. Now we're gonna stick our LED Now we're gonna push the LED strip down to make sure that it makes contact with the system. And now that we have both sides installed and we have the wires slotted through the vents at the back. Now I'm gonna plug the USB cable in to make sure that the setup works before I put the covers back on. I'm gonna plug it in. And we're gonna press the power button. And it works. So there's a bunch of different options on here. There's a remote included with it. And again, you can order this kit at fasttechstore.com. And there's solid colors. Red, there's blue. I like the blue one. Then there's also RGB, which a lot of you prefer. I personally don't understand why. Must be all the soy milk and the BPA and the plastic, but to each their own. There's also different settings for pulse control, so you can get it to do a bunch of different things. You can get it to do this, which is pretty cool. And it's gonna look completely different from the outside. It's gonna look even cooler once I put this thing together. I'm gonna show you guys the other side as well. The other side's gonna be doing the same thing. Pretty cool, right? You can order this at fasttechstore.com. Again, links in the description box. Now I'm gonna remove the USB cable at the back. As you can see, it's USB powered. So once you remove the USB, the LEDs are no longer active. Now we can start putting the covers back on, and you want to remove the USB for this step. Now I'm going to install the cover. The disc side goes on first. And this kit is compatible for both disc edition PS5 and the digital edition. We're going to put the case on roughly here. You're gonna feel it slide up and down, and then you can push it down from the top. Same thing on the other side. I'm just gonna clean the case a little bit before I put it back on. Saw some dust on there. And it's gonna go on like this. Slap it from the bottom. Now I'm gonna connect the USB again. And now we're gonna test it with the case on. I know it looks cool right now, but it looks much better in the dark. So as I mentioned earlier, there's a bunch of different settings. Different color settings. You can get it to do RGB. There's a bunch of different options. There's different speeds that you can adjust. If you want it to pulse faster or slower, there's the plus and minus buttons, and the up and down arrows are for different modes. But because it's so bright, and because of the power of the sun outside, and I'm on the 50th floor, the light's not really doing it justice. So we're gonna wait for nightfall, and I'm gonna show you guys what it really looks like in the dark, which is much more impressive than what it looks like right now. And this is what it looks like without ambient light or the sunlight taking away its glory. And we're gonna go through some of the different modes. And you can change the mode, as I mentioned earlier. You can change effects, change colors. You can do all kinds of things. I'm personally gonna keep it on this blue because that's the closest to the FastTech blue color that we have on this thing. And this thing looks really, really epic. Thanks for watching another FastTech video. Before you leave, make sure to subscribe to the channel and like the video because that helps us out a lot. This is Shiroz from FastTech signing out, and I'll see you in the next one.